Welcome back, my fellow game developers, to a brand new video. And in this one we don't do anything very fancy. We create a new scene. We have a shopping scene right now, and as you can see we have 3 items in here. They are very identical. They don't do anything special, but this is just the setup for the next video where we will start actually creating things. So let's not waste any more time and let's get started. Okay, so now time to create a shop. And to create a shop, I wanted to make it a separate scene all on its own. That way we are inspired by the game Hades. We can go from one scene to the next, get to a shop there, then go to the other scenes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to duplicate the level 2. And now we have level 3, and I'm going to call this the shop. You can call this the shop level or shop scene or whatever. So I'm going to double click, and you can see that even though it's the same, but we are on the shop right now up here in the hierarchy. So I'm going to first of all delete the Bitcoin, delete the weapon chest, the health pickup, spike trap, the breakable pot, and let's open the room and let's go ahead and delete all the enemies. I'm just going to remove them from here and just keep this room as it is. I believe we will make this a prefab and be able to add it to any room we want, but anyways, later on we'll think about that. But for now we'll just delete all the enemies and we'll close this. We'll keep the player, we'll keep the portal, obviously because we want to get out of this shop later on. And I'm going to right click in here and create an empty game object, which is going to be the shop item, and we're going to start off with health. There we go. So we are going to mainly have 3 shop items to focus on right now. One where we get health, one for the upgrade health, and one to buy some kind of weapon, a random weapon, I think. So let's set these 3. So we're going to have one here, and one here. Let's start off with the most simple one, which is the regular shop item. I'm going to add a component in here, which is going to be a sprite. Or you know what, maybe we want to go in the, or you know what, let's just add a sprite for now. So a sprite renderer, and we are going to go in the sprites in the, where is it? Oh, so pickups, and there we go. This is the health, and I'm going to just add the sprite right here, and we're going to set it on the player layer, even though we said that we will not be doing this anymore. But anyways, let's continue on. Then we are obviously going to add a box collider to the, and this will be a trigger. So where is it? Is a trigger. Let's see the size, and obviously we want to make it a lot bigger, so that way the player can step in here, and we will have, for example, when the player steps in the vicinity of this shopping item, he is going to receive a message up here. We will also add a canvas in just a bit, where he will read, you can buy this item, for example, a health or replenish your health for, let's say, 50 coins. And this will appear only when the player stands near the button or the shop item or whatever. And we also want to create a small box collider that will make sure that we do not hit this actual object. So a second box collider will just make it a bit smaller to just be enough so we don't hit the actual object in here. There we go. Close that, save that. And now what we're going to do is we'll add a canvas to this. So we'll go to the UI. We'll add a, where is it? The canvas. And we'll call this the shop item canvas. And we are going to set, we want to see the UI. Okay, so we can see the UI. Where is it? So this is it, the big giant canvas. Let's turn on the gizmos. And it's not allowing me to remove the scale because we need to set it to world space, then 0.5 on the x-axis, 0.5 on the y-axis, and let's reset its position to 0. Now double click on the shop item, and there we go. Now we have the little canvas around here, and let's just set it about yeah, I think that's good enough up here. And we're going to add, first of all, a, where is it? two texts. So we're going to go to UI, Text Mesh Pro. This is the first one. This is for the, let's say, the press button text. And another one, which is going to be the, where is it? This will be the text that represents the price of the item. So item price text. There we go. And I'm going to move this one down and move this one up. And let's do a couple of editing. Make this bigger. Press E to buy. And scroll down in here, set it in the middle, and make sure that it auto sizes. And we'll also turn this down. We don't want to see this. Make it bold, make it robot, and we can't see it because we need to go into the canvas and the sorting layer and set it on the player. There we go. So now we can see everything. And now back in the button, this is the perfect fit. Well, I think we can increase the max. So when you press on the auto size, you have the options right here to auto size option, the minimum, the maximum, and whatever these are. So I just increase the maximum to fill up the whole space in here. There we go. And now back in the price item, you know what? Let me just delete this one and then duplicate this one. And now we move it down. And this will be, let's say, price. Two buttons, and then we can say, for example, 9999 coins. There we go. So as you can see right now, is it a bit big? Maybe it is a bit big, but no worries about that. We can actually decrease the sizes of these two because they seem a bit too bulky. So there we go. Something like that. And this one also something like that. Yeah, sure, why not? So take your time to create all of these, make sure that they look really good for your own sake. And finally, I want to add some kind of platform under this, so the player or whoever is playing your game doesn't just confuse this for some kind of item on the ground. So I'm going to go into my resources, and I have this some kind of teleport. I'm going to use it as the platform. So let's drag it into the sprites right here. And it's annoying when we have the files so small. So right click in here, create the shop platform, and let's add it in here. And we have this right now, so I'm going to make it multiple, make it point, apply the changes, go to sprite editor. And how are we going to slice this baby up? Let's see. I believe this is one of the bigger sprites. So you can see right here that it's 128 by 320. So back in the sprite editor, I think let's try automatic. Yeah, sure, why not? Automatic seems good. If you want, you can go ahead and create animations for this. I do recommend it so you can play all the time. Maybe we will do this. So I'm going to go back into the item right here, and let's just add this teleporter. There we go. So this will be the item platform, and we should set it on the player layer. It's very small, so we're going to go in the, where is it? Okay, so here, let's make it 50, see how that looks. Yeah, let's make it even bigger, 25. Now that we have 25, nope, that's a bit too big now. What's between 25 and 50? Let's try 40, apply. Great, so 40 seems to be the right size, and I'm going to set it to 0, 0, and then move it down a bit. Or let's keep it. Maybe if you want, you can start moving this up and down, and but I'm just going to keep it as it is for the button. Maybe you want to rotate it, I recommend you do that. But remember that if you want to move the actual plus in here, the green plus, you need to make sure that to set it as a separate object, because if we move this one around look what happens on the Y, everything flips. So you need to make sure, if you want to add some kind of animation, to animate this also. Maybe I will later on, but for now let's focus on creating the actual item. So I'm going to move this a bit down right here. So there we go. So now we can see that this is an item. I'm going to create a script in here that will be, and in the scripts I'm going to make this a bit bigger. And do we have anything? Okay, so let's go ahead and right click in here and create a new folder, and this will be for the shop. And inside of here I'm going to create the shop item. There we go. Wait for it to compile, and I'm going to, no, thank you, why did this open? And I'm going to add it to the, what's the matter? So the new Unity is very awful. It keeps crashing, keeps stopping. The loading of the game takes a lot of time because the script cannot be found. Excellent. Great. So we have the script, but the script cannot be found. Okay, so obviously there is a problem. Let me delete this. Oh, so sorry, it was because of me, because I just noticed as I'm deleting it that I added a space of shop item. We cannot add spaces in between them, so shop item, now this should work. Okay, there we go. So open the script up. Now we have the shop item. Let me duplicate this once and twice. And now we have these three items. Let me move this a bit to the left and move this one a bit also to the left, and finally this one also. Maybe we can make them a bit smaller, but no worries. For now we have these three items. Later on we will be changing them. Obviously this will be the health upgrade, and this one will be the weapons. Hit enter. I hope you enjoyed. This was just the setup of our items. In the next video we'll be starting on the whole process of scripting, changing behaviors. And before I go, let me just create an empty game object, reset its position, and this will be the shop items, just so we have a nice hierarchy in here for everything. Save that, and I'll see you in the next video.